The holidays are coming up, and if you're looking for something fun to do with the kids, why not bake and decorate these delicious biscuits? Hi everyone, I'm Astrid from the Sweet Rebellion. Today we're getting in the festive spirit and making some gingerbread biscuits. For the dough we will need 225 grams of butter, 1 cup of soft brown sugar, 1 large egg, half a cup of golden syrup, 2.5 teaspoons of cinnamon, 2.5 teaspoons of ground ginger, 1 teaspoon of allspice, 1 teaspoon of bicarb, and 4 cups of flour. We're going to start by creaming our butter and sugar together. Next we're going to add our golden syrup, which is what gives our ginger biscuits their lovely caramel flavour. The reason that we're adding bicarb to our biscuit dough is that it gives the biscuits a really nice cakey, chewy texture. Lastly, we're going to add our flour 1 cup at a time. Once the dough comes together, we're going to divide it into 4 pieces and then wrap it in cling wrap to be refrigerated. Don't forget to flour your surface lightly, just so that your dough doesn't stick. Now we need to refrigerate our dough for about 3 hours. You can keep your dough in the fridge for 5 days or otherwise freeze it for up to 3 months. Now that our dough has chilled for 3 hours, it's ready to roll out and cut into shapes. I like to work with 1 piece of dough at a time so that the upper sections stay nice and cold and don't get sticky while you're working with them. Keep moving your dough around to make sure that it's not sticking to the counter. I'm going to be using a variety of Christmas cookie cutters today to cut out my shapes, but you can use any cutters you like. Let me know in the comments what your favorite is. Personally, my favorite cutter is a star. We're going to use some baking paper to line our baking trays just so that our cookies don't stick. Don't forget to leave a little bit of space in between your cookies as they will spread a bit during baking. These will need to chill in the fridge for 20 minutes before we can bake them. Our ginger biscuits need to bake at 180 degrees for about 10 to 13 minutes. While our cookies are baking, we can make our royal icing. To make our royal icing, we will need 3 cups of icing sugar, 2 egg whites, a teaspoon of lemon juice, and some water. We're going to start by sifting our icing sugar into a bowl and adding the egg whites and lemon juice. This recipe uses raw egg whites, but if you're worried about that, you can use pasteurized egg whites. Then we're going to add just enough water until we get the consistency of honey. To check whether your icing is at the right consistency, you need to drizzle a ribbon of icing onto the surface, and it should take 10 to 20 seconds to disappear completely. If it's taking too long, you can add a little bit more water and mix again. If it disappears too quickly, you can add another couple of tablespoons of icing sugar to thicken the icing a bit. When your biscuits come out of the oven, they'll still be quite soft, so they need to cool on the tray for about 10 minutes before placing them on a cooling rack. There are different ways that you can decorate your cookies using this icing. The first is just freehand, and the second is a flooding technique. That's where we create a border on the edge of the cookie and then fill it in with the icing. I like to use a squeezee bottle when I'm decorating my cookies, as I feel it gives me a bit more control. But you can also use a piping bag fitted with a writing nozzle if you want. Another thing you'll need when decorating your cookies is a toothpick or a little skewer like this. Remember to have fun decorating your cookies and get the kids involved too. They don't need to look perfect. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that got you into the festive spirits. Keep an eye out for my next video where I'll be showing you how to make 2 beautiful centerpieces with this gingerbread dough that we just made. So be sure to ring the bell so that you don't miss out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with a friend.